Hey Virgo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading, asking what's coming towards you at the time of seeing this. If you guys would like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Virgos and cross watchers to pray for you, it's a very loving channel. Send a hello or an emoji in the comments section. It gives us a pathway to you, basically. Leaves us something that we can focus on, send our positive vibes to, that represents your energy. We start with the message of the White Owl from the Divine Feather Messenger deck, and this is the wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. If you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. I adore you guys. Love my Virgos, man. Got a lot of Virgo friends. If this is your first time, thanks so much for taking a moment out of your day to see if it's a fit. I hope I can be helpful for you. All right, lastly, we're gonna choose the card from the Angels of Abundance deck, and then we'll get right into tarot. Organize for, this is such a Virgo message. First word, organize. I know that not all Virgos consider themselves as neat freaks. I have a lot of Virgo friends that are like, that's BS. You should see my car. But if you look at my makeup drawer, everything is perfectly categorized. So it could be random, but organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you. Don't worry, it does not, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances, Virgo, will help you know and plan for your next action steps. Finally, an excuse to organize everything. But that's true, isn't it, though, you guys? Like, I even find that even organizing my house, organizing even my papers, especially my papers, it makes me feel calmer on the inside, right? It's like vacuuming. It can be a little bit of a therapy. It's immediate results. It's the illusion of control. It's wonderful. All right. So organizing your living and workspace and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. That's some damn good advice. What's coming towards my Virgos? What do they need to know? If they fly in reverse, that's how we read them. Otherwise, they start upright in the deck. Boom, boom, boom. Damn, you guys. Jeez, what is going on? Yeah, get out the vacuum cleaner. Get control of this shit. Aw, Virgo, am I finding you at a kind of a hopeless place? I know that not everybody's going through the same thing, okay? So only stay with me if this is empowering and if this is like hitting. And I don't ever leave you guys in a devastated place in our readings. We always kind of turn the corner and look around at what's next. If you're going through the sludge right now, it's not going to be there forever. You're not going to be there forever. A lot of my Virgos have experienced a sense of hopelessness, and possibly some heartbreak in something, and you might still be going through it, okay? So we have the Star in reverse, and of course, when this is upright, this is a bridge to hope. This is a sense that you're getting your prayers answered. Right now, you just need a big freaking hug. We've got the Queen of Cups upside down. This could be one of two things. This could either be you being really emotional, like up and down, and just feeling like, man, each day you wake up, you don't really know how you're going to feel that day. And that's usually when we're in the sludge, when we're going through a change, when maybe we've broken up or we've left a situation and we miss it, or it's just been difficult. Now, it could be that there's another person in your midst that could be emotional, could even be a little bit manipulative in some cases. This is somebody that's unpredictable. They're not, basically, they don't have enough in their well to take care of themselves, so they cannot take care of others. And that can look like a lot of things. Maybe they got a short fuse. Maybe they're crying one moment and they're happy the next. Maybe they come across as selfish. Either way, this is somebody who is a little upside down in their emotions. We're going to have to unpack these, but I'll just jump through. We have the Hierophant, represents institutions, belief systems, sometimes marriage. We have the World card, which is an expansion. I love seeing this in your reading, and I'll tell you why. It's because there's a lot of intense emotion that is coming through in your reading. And this suggests that you are closing a chapter and you're opening a really positive one. We're going to come back to this, but the World card is a very positive card. It's right smack dab in the middle of your reading. You will have a slightly difficult decision to make. We're going to find out what kind of decision that is. We've got an ending here. It's a sudden ending. You didn't expect it. It can sometimes come with a sense of betrayal, the Ten of Swords being like stuck in this dude's back. But it's always darkest before the dawn, and that is symbolized with the sun rising in the background. There's more to learn here. We do have the heartbreak card of the Three of Swords. See what I mean by this intense emotion? So if you've been going through it, babes, this is confirmation that you're not up there, you're not crazy, you're not making it up. There's just been some really intense stuff. So this heartbreak, this Three of Swords, can leave you feeling isolated from those you love. It could make you feel down and out. And, we experience certain things in life that can give us an illusion of separateness from the people that we relate to the most. And that can be it's a very unique kind of loneliness. It's a unique kind of isolation, but it doesn't last forever. It does not have to last forever. So let's unpack these. This is going to be an extended because this is a mondo big reading. Anybody who wants, longer readings, it's a great option, and that link will be in the description box below. We'll ask for advice and all that, but we're going to really unpack this today too. So the Star card in reverse. Tell me what I need to know for my Virgos. Awesome. Got clarified by the Judgment card. Okay, there's a leveling up. You know that saying, it's always darkest before the dawn. In your darkest point, this may have already passed. You might be turning this corner. It doesn't feel like it lasts forever. But at the darkest point, that's when you feel kind of hopeless, kind of this sense of like, man, I have good intentions and I have these prayers. I feel that they're not being answered, and I feel that life is just not going my way, whatever I do. There is a bigger picture here. There's this major leveling up. We have a tendency to go small, kind of like just think about stop, drop, and roll. Just think about hiding underneath your desk. What was that practice that our parents, some of our parents, or some of our grandparents, some of us, depending on your age, had to practice to prepare in case there was an atomic bomb that went off. What was this in the 1950s, you guys? Was it 1950s? Where you had to get onto your desk, and they had like a whole little saying like crouch like a turtle or something. I know that for some of you guys who actually had to go through this, it's ridiculous that I can't remember. But from what we know of atomic bombs right now, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But it was this, we have this tendency to get really small when we are trying to protect ourselves, when we felt pain. This is actually calling you to make a decision and fight against that tendency to go small by branching out, making a bold decision in order to answer the call of this trumpeter. The Judgment card talks about rising from the ashes of the phoenix, right? It's that moment you've been hiding from the boogeyman in your bed, and you're so hot and sweaty and you can't go to sleep because you're so uncomfortable, but you're so scared, and you got the blankets over your head. I know this is a weird analogy, bear with me. And you are finally, and it's like you've breathed up all the oxygen, and finally you don't care any longer because you're so uncomfortable that you fling back the covers and you take your first breath of fresh air, and it's so sweet, and you realize you don't give a shit if there's a monster there, that you enjoy oxygen a lot more. This is that. That was a long road of analogies and metaphors. Thank you if you have not switched off yet. It's going to require you to make a decision, right? But you are getting squeezed into discomfort to the extent where making that decision, the fear that it conjured up, the thought of making this decision or taking this leap of faith, it is nothing compared to the shitty, dark space that you have been secluded to emotionally. Queen of Cups in reverse. What is this Queen of Cups? Yeah, dude. Oh, I gotta dude ya about this. Queen of Cups, that roller coaster you've been on, whether it's with another person or this is representing you, uncharacteristically emotional and feeling out of control. 10 of Rods, you've been holding on to something you are being called to let go of. It is okay to let this burden down. Now, this might be a timing issue. You might really know where the light is at the end of the tunnel, but you are obligated. You have a duty, an obligation to do it the right way. And you know, some of you guys even have specific dates. Like, I know I'm going to be done and through with this by this date, you know, but you are near the very end with the 10 of Rods upside down. It's like, don't give up hope. Keep on going. You're on that last lap. Temperance card is right around the corner. And this is a huge transformation. Balance is key and patience is key. Those are the two biggest ingredients for a solid transformation. And we compare this to chrysalis, right? Like the act of a caterpillar going into the cocoon and coming out a butterfly. It is massive. You know, it's not surprised that you're getting the judgment call, okay? So this is huge evolution. This is big transformation. And I love it's leading towards the world, where we'll get to that. But I first want to find out what the heck the Hierophant's doing here. Hierophant rules over our belief systems. It usually includes other people because we make these systems together to make sense of life. So it can be religion, it can be represent churches, it can represent your meditation group, it can represent the institution of marriage. So what is this for my Virgos? Why is it coming out? Boom, 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 boom. The cards want to talk. Queen of Swords. You are getting a brand new start in a certain direction, but there is a mofo in your midst. Maybe this mofo is you, but you are getting really in tune with your intuition. If you're getting an inkling, but you don't have a reason to support it, just listen to the inkling. My nose is itching crazy when I say that, and that's always a sign. You're going to be very connected to that High Priestess energy. This is faith-based, and this is somehow connected to, I'm so sorry, you guys. It means I got to pay attention to this. Queen of Swords is somebody who's got a sharp tongue. It's not enough that they can just draw a boundary. They can simply say no, or, you know, that doesn't work for me. Diplomacy is not their best trait at this time. They're coming through with a very sharp, like a serious sharpness. But what's interesting is like, it might have the reverse effect. If this is being done to you, then maybe they want. Instead of getting small, you're getting bigger. Congratulations, Virgo. You are on this journey. We've got the Fool card. It is fully setting you on your journey. It is like their sharp tongue is the wind that fills your sails. And you are taken to the sea. You've taken to the sea with the Fool card and the Page of Wands. That's open-mindedness. That is, as you keep on going on this journey, which is unlike any other, by the way. The Fool represents journeys in life, chapters, new experiences that we don't recognize. We might recognize this and that, but we got to open ourselves up to faith and stepping on new ground. And ironically, I'm using a sailing analogy, but with the Page of Wands, it's like with enthusiasm. So as you're moving forward in this new trajectory, this new path, you are getting more open-minded, more excited, more confident. And I think it's because there seems to be, what is this? Why are we getting it all stemming from the Hierophant? 3 of Cups. You know, I think you're incentivized by what you don't want more so than what you can see in your future, because the Fool card, you can't see very far in front of you. And that's part of the whole adventure. You're fine with that, actually. As you keep on going, Virgo, you're fine with that. But what you can see is what you're leaving. And if you can't see your future, then check out your past. Look at the rear view mirror. And it's like, yeah, I'm certain I don't want that dark corner. Yeah, I'm certain I don't really want to throw the blankets over my head and try to breathe forever, because you already went through that darkness. And as you move forward and you breathe fresh air, and you see new sights and hear new sounds, so to speak, you're getting more and more energy. And now we have the World card. We have this turning point, a new chapter, a healthy chapter, represented by the Hermit. You very much back to being you. I love that. Represented by the Hermit. Knight of Pentacles. What's this Knight of Pentacles? Boom, boom, boom. Coming out of disappointment, coming out of deception. But it's slow. It's slow. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You are making progress, and some days you won't be sure of it. But that's okay. Keep going. You're making progress. And if you've been considering travel, you've got a couple of cards out here talking about travel, and the World card is one of those. It can jumpstart you in the right direction, even if you have that inkling. Listen to your gut above all else. If that inkling is like, just try it, Virgo, just try this. But maybe your confidence or your enthusiasm has not caught up yet. It's okay. Go for it, because it's your actions that are going to help get you out of a slump here. Two of Swords, a decision into the unknown. You have a lot more manifesting capability than you realize. I know that what you've been through is the opposite of like visionary, manifestor, magician energy, but there seems to be a decision that will kick it into gear. It seems to be, you've had this Two of Swords popping up, and it's the same message that comes full circle, is you want this revival, you want this resurrection, make this decision. There is a specific direction. One of these swords is going to take you back underneath the covers, trying to breathe in the darkness, scared of that monster. The other sword, representing a different direction, will take you into the unknown. And as you go towards the unknown, you will realize how powerful you are at creating the future that you want, creating the results that you want. Opening a new deck of cards, because we've already used so many. Let's ask about this Ten of Swords. This is an epic reading, you guys. This is a very epic reading. You've had a couple of them lately. Ten of Swords, bending the card. We've got Queen of Wands out here. Queen of Wands can be a fire sign, doesn't have to be though. You had an ending here with somebody, but you've got a lot of stubborn energy attached to them. Maybe they have it attached to you. Why are we getting this? Somebody's waiting for you. Page of Pentacles. God, I feel like there's a lot of time and effort invested in whatever ended. There's been a lot of Seven of Pentacles. It's a fork in the road. So what a contradiction, right? It ended, but it didn't end. Nine of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. There's still lingering energy between you and whatever ended. Page of Pentacles. There's still more to develop. At least this person thinks so. Three of Swords. Oh, and then you got that same card, the Star card, upside down twice in your reading. The hopeless feeling, like that heartache, that sadness, it's fed like a cycle into that hopeless feeling. Sometimes feeling like lacking in faith. Whatever you can do, even if it's something ridiculous, to get back in that faith cycle, it'll help you heal. But I think you've given up hope a little bit in some area. What's the Five of Pentacles? Okay, I feel like you be aware that the information you might get from secondhand, like people telling you about somebody else or something else, and internet, like anything, little reels we watch on people's social media, their little blips. Everybody wants to look fucking fabulous on social media. Shit, I want to look really fabulous right now. I just blew dry my hair. You should have seen how much time I put into it. Like, we are not what we present on the surface. Be aware of that, because I think Five of Pentacles represents that feeling of being isolated or alone, separate from those around you, or possibly this person or thing you had an ending with. Either way, if you pay attention to the Page of Swords, that kind of shallow surface information, it's going to feed back into it. I do think that maybe somebody posts on their social media or something and you get an idea of where they're at. It gives you some perspective. Now, it could be gossip. It could be one of your friends or somebody you know being like, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? And that's because the Page of Swords, shallow information, comes out with the Seven of Swords, and that is something being revealed. Something being revealed to you. So I want to loop back, before I go to the extended, I want to loop back to this card, Organize for Your Success. Because whatever you can do to feel in control, to get back in touch with yourself in any way, and especially if it's faith-based, do that. It's something that you can do to put the power back in your hands. But know that if you're still going through the sludge, it's not going to last forever. This looks actually really good. But it's almost like you're under those covers, you know, and you are going to throw those covers back pretty soon. If you were to do anything today, check out the Judgment card, Google the Judgment card, and Google Temperance, because that's what's going on right now, is this transformation. All right, I love you guys, and reach out, say hi if you want us all to pray for you. Follow me over to the extended if you like. The link is in the description box below, and otherwise I will see you later. Bye-bye.